Do you understand? So, what is bringing you to church? Is the pastor? The message you are hearing, who is it changing? Who is being blessed by hearing the message? Is it the pastor or you? Men who are deceiving themselves. No, I won't go to their program. I will go to... Glory be to God. A brand new spirit with the old soul is crisis that is going somewhere to explode. And that's why I also say the righteous has a way of thinking. Please take note. The righteous has a way of thinking. There is a way the righteous think that the unbeliever cannot think. So the righteous has a particular way of thinking, and you have to understand that. If you don't understand that, your access into the supernatural will be blocked, and your withdrawal from the supernatural will be blocked. You see, the problem with the church is we haven't been taught how to access the supernatural and withdraw what we need from them. We've just been running outside us, running for hair, from pillar to post. There are individuals in the church who are born again, genuinely born again, who have 20 pastors. What are you doing with 20 pastors? Specifically, God has given you one. Go and check very well. Out of the 20, God has given you one. Because God says, I am the one that will appoint for them a pastor and a teacher. So God appoints for everyone a pastor and a teacher, not pastors. But because we are looking for help outside, glory. The righteous has a way of thinking. Let's open to, we can open now. Luke chapter 1. It's just foundation we are favored. Greatly blessed. Deeply loved by God. You have to speak those things to yourself all the time. Luke 1:17. I'm reading from the Good News Bible. He will go ahead of the Lord as Jesus Christ. Talking about what Jesus is about to do for us. He will go ahead of the Lord, strong and mighty, like the prophet Elijah. He will bring fathers and children together again. He will turn disobedient people back to the way of thinking of the righteous. Meaning the righteous has a way of thinking he lost in the Garden of Eden. And Jesus was to bring that back to us. Glory. Glory. There is a way the righteous thinks. Proverbs 12:5. The Bible says, the thoughts of the righteous are justice. Amen. The King James Version says, the thoughts of the righteous, they are right. So the righteous has the right way of thinking. Is your way of thinking right? The thoughts of the righteous are justice. That justice, one can even preach on it for a week. When you have justice as your righteousness, he's not talking about just vengeance. He's not talking about just retaliating or asking people to, revenge. No, he's not just talking about that. He's saying that if sickness show up in your body, your thought is to judge that sickness in your body with the word of God. Listen, don't allow sickness to stay in your body. You have a right to answer to God. Sickness come on you and you retain it. Do you know how we retain it? By making it comfortable. How do you make sickness comfortable? By giving it what is asking you to give him. Do you know that your body talks to you? Your body says, you know what, I have leg pain. You have to talk back to your body that you don't have leg pain. The body has a voice. It has a voice. He said, you know what, don't go to work today. Why, body? I have leg pain. Now, the body now wants to take charge of your life. It wants to control you. I want to dominate you. Now, you know what? If you refuse to go to work that day, he has won. Now, in the evening, the body says, we can't sleep. I have leg pain. Okay now. So, body, what do we do now? Go to the medicine store. Or call your doctor. You know, Christians learned to call their doctors first when things happen in their body. It's an error. You don't call the doctors first. You call the word of God first. It's the word of God you call first. And you know what? The line to God's word is always free. There is no delay, there is no blockage, there is no data wrong connection. When you call on the word of God first, you have a pain in your ankle, for instance, you have a pain in your hand. You just wake up. Yes, at times you could have slept on your hand, and your hand is just paining you. It's so paining you that your body says, we are not going to walk today. You know what you do? Take the Bible and call on 1 Peter 2:24. He himself, he bore my sins on his body, so that I, who died to sin, might live unto righteousness, by whose stripes ye were healed. Then you know as a believer that your own medicine is the stripes of Jesus Christ. Everybody has a medicine. Everybody must use a medicine. Everybody must take medicine somehow. So the believers have the stripes of Jesus as their own medicine. So you take your own medicine, you meditate on it, you declare it, you profess it, you proclaim it, and you claim your healing. Then you go to work. You act as though the 1 Peter 2:24 has done his work, because he's going to do his work. That's all. As you are going to the bathroom, he's still talking to you, saying, you know what, I'm not him though. Ignore it. You know, at times the greatest way to deal with the devil is to ignore him. Ignore him. Go and take your bath, take your clothes and go to work. Before you get to work, the thing is gone. I'm telling you what I have done, and it works. And it's always working, and it's going to work for you. Glory be to God. I'm blessed. So the righteous has a way of thinking. Let's see how Jesus puts it. Jesus put it this way. Open to Matthew chapter 9. Jesus put it this way. The righteous has a way of thinking. You see, you have to bring Christ into your soul for you to enjoy the supernatural. No man putteth a piece of new cloth, that's brand new spirit, onto an old garment, that is old soul. He said, for that which is put into it, fill it or take it from the garment, and the rent is made worse. Neither do men put new wine, brand new spirit, into old bottles. So, as the bottles break, and the wine runneth out, and the bottles perish. But they put new wine and new bottles together, and both are preserved. That's why I was telling you that if you have a brand new spirit and you don't have a new soul spirit, that your soul will be fighting every day. And trust me, that's big frustration. Your spirit says, wake up and pray. Your body says, hey. When is that beginning? To wake up in the night. For the past 95 years, I've been sleeping throughout the night. So now the I should wake up, you know. So they are fighting one another. Fighting one another. Glory to God. Let me read it in the message. You will like the message. The message that it says, no one cuts of a fine silk scarf to patch old work clothes. Ashwa on old work clothes and carry. You can't do that. Right? No one cuts of a fine silk scarf to put old work clothes with old work clothes. You want the fabrics that match. Meaning, you have to make your soul match your spirit. Your soul has to match your spirit. Right? Okay now. And you don't put your wine in cracked bottles. In other words, your brand new spirit can walk in your old soul. This is the message every church member needs to hear. Believe me. A brand new spirit can walk with the reason why there's so much frustration today in the church. And it's not supposed to be so. You don't put your new wine in cracked bottles. So, what he's saying really is that your soul has to be born again. Now, question, what's even this soul that we're talking about? Don't forget, yesterday I did mention that you are a spirit. How do I know? God says, let us create man in our image, after our likeness. By law of reproduction, God created us after who is. So who is? Who is he? John 4:24. God is a spirit, right? So is a spirit, right? And he has given you a soul, and he has also given you a body because of your function on the matter world. Because you have to relate with what you can see. Because you can relate with what you can touch. So it gives you a body that has senses. but never for the senses to dominate you. It's your spirit that ought to dominate your senses. It's your spirit that should tell your body what to do. It's your spirit that should tell your body when to sleep. It's your spirit that should tell your body when to wake up. You are never to wake up by alarm. You have to wake up, from your spirit. Your spirit has to wake up. When you are about to wake up, just set it there. When you develop your spirit, when you meet your wife, you show up. There are times you just be thinking about a particular person and the person just go, you know what, I'm just thinking about it. That's a development. The spirit is developing. The spirit is developing. As parents, your children's life must not be hidden away from you. God is not wicked. God is awesome. You have children and their life is going towards a direction and you don't know. There's a problem. There's a problem. Even though they are not telling you should know. Because they are God, you can't know anything about their life. But there are some specific things that God will use to do for the children that He gave you. So that you can guide them. But you only do that just to ignore these cases. Right? Because your life cannot go beyond to market this street now. Your spirit can go to Canada. And touch your son there. You should be able to lay hands on your son. When your son is sick, your son is in America and is having malaria, in Nigeria you should know and lay hands by faith in the spirit and come and be sickness to live in. True. When you develop your spirit, you know that those things are right. Things should not happen to you by chance. It should be by choice. So when you're talking about the soul, the soul is the seat of your mind. Your mind is the factory that produces your thoughts. Your mind is the factory that produces your thoughts. Your mind is the seat of your imaginations. Imaginations are the pictures that you see with your imaginations. Right? You could imagine now that you are going to own the best business in Africa. You could begin to imagine how that business is going to be. You could imagine your past. At times when people dream and they go back to their villages, it's their imagination that is replaying. Not necessarily that evil is drawing back home. At times it could be so the child that has taught you everything has been captured and is stored up in your soul. In the subconscious mind is there. So at times when you sleep, especially when you are so distant from the word of God, those things will just come up and begin to replay. So occasionally you just see yourself in your former primary school, you see yourself in your former village, you just see yourself, and instead of running hanky-panky all over the place, thinking that this is retrogression, just take the Bible and begin to meditate on the word of God and change things from the spirit realm. Change your life. Listen, the life of a Christian is not trial and error. The life of a Christian is not speculation. It's not a yote. It's not Niger better. What they call that kalu thing. Do you understand? This is a true life. It's the life of God. It's not a life that we are thinking, am I in the right place? Am I actually following the right person? No. Christianity is just life that is all sitting inside mind. Glory. I'm blessed. So, the seat of your imagination is also the seat. It's also the seat. It's also the seat of your will. It's the seat of your will. Your will is where you make decisions. There are still so many believers that are rebellious to the systems of their churches, rebellious to the authority of their churches. Let me tell you one thing. Please believe. I'm speaking the Bible. It doesn't matter what your pastor says. You are not a judge. There is no one that has the right from God to judge his pastor. The Bible says, who are you that judge another man's servant? You see, it is to God that he rises or he falleth. Leave him to his corner. There are so many members now. There are so many believers now. They have allowed this thing to so much change, their chemistry, their thinking system, and they are now being disadvantaged. All those pastors, they are thieves now. Just stealing our tithes, stealing our offering, stealing and all that. So because of that, I'm withholding my tithe. You withhold your tithe, you withhold your anointing for prosperity. Right. And that's why there are so many very poor people in the church. Why should the church be poor? The Bible says, God says, all things are yours. So why are you poor? Why? Because you are not activating the principles of prosperity. There are laws of prosperity. There are principles of prosperity. And the cardinal point of prosperity is giving. If you are not a giver, you cannot be winning. It's in the Bible. It says, Jesus says, it is more pleasant to give than to receive. Give, it shall be given. In good measure, pressed down, shaking together, and run over. Do you understand? So, why would a believer not want to activate that law? The law of good measure, pressed down, shaking together. Listen, God doesn't multiply a seed that you don't sow. No, He cannot. Even though He can do everything, but He won't violate His own principles. And one thing about God, that He is not a respecter of persons. Let me tell you one thing. If believers refuse to practice principles and unbelievers practice principles, the unbelievers will see results of God. They will see it. They will see it. God, I've been serving you in truth and in spirit. Really? But you're not paying off. You're not paying tithes. You know, so much argument about such things. And it's not a message of today. I'm not trying to, bring that in. I'm not telling you that your thinking is extremely important. There is a way the righteous think. Let's look at some hallelujah about who God is. Look at Psalm 92, verse 5. Psalm 92. There's a way God thinks. There's a way God so works. There's a way the soul of God works. Hallelujah. Psalm 92, verse 5. If you are there, see how Psalm 92, verse 5. Let me read God's word Bible. Those are your actions. Lord, how deep are your thoughts? Meaning, great actions as a result of deep thoughts. Great actions as a result of deep thoughts. The Message Bible says it like this. How magnificent are your works, God. How profound are your thoughts. So, meaning God is telling you that all the good things you have seen that I have done is as a result of my thoughts. It is true, and it is true because it's the word of God. Why are you careless about your thoughts? I just told you that your soul is the seat of your mind, and your mind is the factory of your thoughts. Your mind is the seat of your will, where you make decisions. Your mind, your soul is the seat of your imaginations. I didn't mention emotions. It's also the seat of your emotions. Your emotions is also in your soul. It's also the seat of your conscience. You know, there's something we call conscience. You know, it's there. Your motives, your desires, all those things are in your soul. So this is God. Now God says, even me, God, I have thoughts. If God has thoughts, then you have thoughts. And if God says that my thoughts is the reason why all my works are good, then you should pay attention to your thoughts. The problem with so many believers is their thoughts. And that's why we are not mindful of all the thoughts. Now in Isaiah 55, open to Isaiah 55. Let's see one thing God says to us there. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. From verse 7. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man is. Okay now. So if the wicked will forsake his way, how will he forsake his way? By changing his thoughts. Now let me tell you one thing. When you're talking about the wicked, it's not just talking about the heathen. It's also talking about It's also talking about believers who will not renew their minds. If you don't renew your minds, you can be wicked. I told you, there are two people that will always run away from on earth. The unbelievers who will not want, I will run away from it. I think it's wrong. When unbelievers who will shun Jesus, who will not accept Jesus into their spirit. Secondly, believers who will not renew their minds. you may not be able to even differentiate between a believer and unbeliever if a believer will not renew his mind. Because they are still mean like before. Glory. So he says, let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thought, and let him return unto the Lord. How do you return unto the Lord? You can only return unto the Lord through your thoughts. And he will have mercy upon him. And to our God, for we abundantly pardon. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, said the Lord. You know, this is too big. You know what God is saying? The two of us are not working together. And the reason why we are not working together is because our thoughts are just completely distant from one another. We are not. You see, I'm God. My thinking is not your thinking. The way I'm thinking is not the way you are thinking. You see, I am thinking hurt. You are thinking healing. You see, do you know that there are some believers who think, okay, I want to work in Shell. And there are some that will say, no, I want to create a company like Shell. It's different thinking. Different thinking. One says, if I just get a job in First Bank, I'm just okay for life. One says, no, I want to own a bank. In the church, say different thinking. Right. The Bible says all things are yours. 1 Corinthians 3:21. All things are yours. So it depends on what to put inside your thoughts. That's why God is saying, why we are not together is because our thoughts are not together. He said, do you know the distance between my thoughts and your thoughts? As heaven is from the earth. Who knows that distance? That's a big one. That's a very big one. From the mouth of God. What makes God God is the way he thinks. How does God think? Children of God, this is his thoughts. I present to you today that this is the thoughts of God. And this is what you should make your thoughts. This is what you should make your thoughts. When you make this your thoughts, it will create your imaginations. Imaginations, pictures from the world. Now, very quickly, how do I make this my thoughts? Number one way is, you have to get rid of old thoughts. You have to get rid of old memories. You have to get rid of old images, old pictures in your soul. How do you do that? Open to 2 Corinthians chapter 10. 2 Corinthians chapter 10. Hallelujah. I'm sure you are blessed. By the time you are leaving, all the Buddhas in your soul that have not allowed the supernatural to flow into your life would have been removed. In the precious name of Jesus. In 2 Corinthians 10:4, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. Do you know what strongholds are? Unfortunately, also in the deliverance ministry, we think that these strongholds are houses of the devil built somewhere that we have to raise axes and cutlasses and things to go and break down. You know, at times, we are asked to go back to our village, go to all the idols there, go and break down idols, go and do, and they think that's strongholds. That's not strongholds. Strongholds are the lies in your mind that you have received and that is still there. Strongholds are the experiences of others and your experiences that you have made the word of God. A sister said this one day to me. Thank God she did. She said, having tormented. I said, what's tormenting you? He said, 5 days ago I heard that my best friend died of cancer. He said, from that day till now, Satan began to tell me you also will have cancer. That's a stronghold. If she didn't speak out and we cast it out, trust the devil, he will bring cancer to her. So those are strongholds. Experiences of others, your own experiences that you have chosen to retain. Now, there are also past histories that we have passed through. It could be past sicknesses, very terrible sicknesses, right? That God just saved us from. Now, if you don't cast those things out from your soul, it becomes a stronghold. And it will be tormenting you. Usually, that is what leads to, depression at times. That's what leads to, compulsive obsessive disorder. That's what leads to, those schizophrenia cases and all that. Because those trauma is still in your soul. So you got to get it off. That's why when parents die in the presence of the children, you must bring the children to church for the children to be ministered to and cast out those memories from their mind. Otherwise, they grow up, they retain it. There are women who are not enjoying their husbands today because of the way their father treated their mother. It's in their soul. It's stronghold. So you've got to pull this down. At times when there are marital crises, go and look very deeply. The stronghold you inherited from your dad or your mom. Strongholds. You have to pull it down. It's a casting down imaginations. You know, imaginations are the pictures you see inside you all the time. If you want to travel, what do you see? Do you see a plane crashing or you see a safe landing? Those are what is called imagination. You've got to cast it down. Then he now says, and every high thing that is exalting itself against the knowledge of God in your life. This is the knowledge of God in your life. And anything that is contrary to this is exalting itself against the knowledge of God. Can you say the truth? Sickness has come to exalt itself against the knowledge of God, that you are the healthy of God. So when sickness shows up, you know what he wants to do? He wants to steal your health. Satan wants to steal your health with sickness. And he wants to exalt himself against the knowledge of the truth in your life. But the Bible says you have to cast it down. You have to hold it down. Then holding captive every thought to the obedience of Christ. Holding captive every thought. If any thought is not right thought, I'm going to show you, we're going to close with that, the formula of how God wants you to think. If the way you are thinking is not falling in the formula of how God wants you to think, then it's a wrong thought, then cast it down. Then cast it down. You hold it captive to the obedience of Christ. So the first step, actually, to acquire a brand new soul, don't forget that the soul is an entrance to the supernatural. You withdraw through it, you understand, into your physical life. Listen, your hand can't touch anything that has not passed through your mind. Let me say it again. The car that hasn't passed through your mind cannot be driven by you. If they give it to you, you will lose it. Listen, I'm not ever saying that men will not help you. No. Eventually, it is men that God will use to help us. But let it be that it is God himself that is using them, so that it's withdrawing from your spirit, not from your outside. Please say after me, say, my life is inside you. That is the truth. Your life is inside you, it's not outside you. In fact, do you know that as housewives, your life is not in the hand of your husbands? That may not be what husbands want to hear, but that's the truth. Your husband may mismanage your life. The only person that cannot mismanage your life is Jesus Christ. He is a wisdom husband that will deal with you with what you call at best a filial love. A filial love is a conditional love. As long as the food is sweet, it's not over salted. That's when the love is shown up. Let there be little salt more than necessary. Then you realize that it's a filial love. At times it's even heteros love. Love that is based only on sex. But Jesus Christ has unconditional love towards us. Hallelujah. Glory be to God. After you have gotten rid, and it's a big work, children of God, to get rid of old life from your soul, it's a big work. It's Herculean. It's a big work. And it takes this, the word of God, and the Holy Ghost to do it. Glory be to God. And after you have done that, open to James 1:21. After you have done that, in James 1:21, the Bible says, wherefore lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, and receive with meekness the engrafted word, which is able to save your souls. Now, the Bible says your soul has to be saved. And there's a way that your soul has to be saved is through the word of God. Right? So you have to receive the word of God into your soul. You know why? The word of God is water. And it has to come inside your soul and flush out the dark thoughts in your soul. It has to flush it out. And flush it out. And flush it out. The more you put in the word of God inside, the less dark thoughts are there. I look into the Greek word, I realize that engrafted in Greek means embutos.